When I say fight, you say win. Texas State! Texas State! Fight! Win! Fight! Win! Texas State! Texas State! Fight! Win! Fight! Win! Texas State! Texas State! Fight! Win! Fight! Win! Texas State! Fight! Win! Texas State! Fight! Win! We are Texas State! Woo! 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 Champs on three! 1, 2, 3! Champs!
I was actually on the rec sports and I was trying to look for weightlifting, and I saw Quidditch and I was like, Quidditch, like from Harry Potter? I was like, these nerds. And so I went and I was like, oh, this is pretty fun.
Snapchat had this little snippet on ESPN, and it was just a bunch of people dunking on each other with brooms in between their legs. So I was like, hey, I gotta know what that's about, you know? Came out to the varsity team my freshman year, and I've just been with it ever since. But everyone there was super friendly, very inviting and welcoming, you know, like, I felt like I was already on the team day one. Like, there was no hesitation, no judgment, just the perfect blend of people. The main differences, one being we don't fly. It's, you know, it's all just on the field. So it's typically a 6-on-6. There'll be 3 chasers, 1 keeper, and 2 beaters per side. The main objective is the chasers and the keepers are trying to score a deflated volleyball through a set of 3 hoops. They're all worth the same amount of points, just a matter of giving you different options to score on.
I was shocked. I was not expecting that, like full contact, all these people like athletes really, and I was like, okay, this is different. Definitely the reason I stayed. They're willing to break every bone in their body just to get that last point. Like when I first got hit, I was terrified. Like I just laid on the floor and I was like, did this really just happen? And then like once you get back up that first time, you're just like, okay, like that was it, let's do it again, you know? And Quidditch is really big on like equality for like men and women, so it's nice to have guys not scared to treat you like they're equal. The heat's draining, the running's draining, getting hit by grown men is draining.
I've always like equated it to having a hangover. You wake up dehydrated, you wake up sore, you wake up feeling, dang, I don't want to do that ever again, you know, but then you're like, but I love it though.
I never really fit in too much with like the overly masculine part of the sports, right? Like we're just a bunch of nerds, but we also like to, you know, tackle people and win, right? Oh yeah, I'm a Harry Potter fan. Not everyone is. Some people who play haven't even read the books or watched any of the movies. It's definitely transitioning from that right now. It's not called Quidditch anymore. They call it, officially they call it quad ball.
No, I didn't want to like become that, you know, that stereotype of who plays it, you know. I joined because I thought, wow, this is really interesting to play. It's different from any sport. And I think it takes a certain type of person to be interested in Quidditch. So I think because of that, I think that's why we all just naturally get along.
Oh, I love these guys. Yeah, we're hanging out like almost every day, you know, we're working out together.
I get along with my team pretty well. I mean, we are a big family, so we do fight often.
Okay, stop! Enough!
But at the end of the day, we always come there for each other.
I make them send me workouts like every other day. Like if you don't have a certain amount of workouts sent in the Discord, we're running, you know. They're gonna be coming to film later, so that's another fun aspect. We try to go to team dinners as much as we can. And I feel like a lot of them are really close. And that's not just for Texas State, that's for like the entire sport community as a whole. Like I have friends with people in New York, I have people out like UCLA, I got people in Louisiana, I got people in Colorado, and it's really good for networking outside of the sport as well. Like there's people whose kids I know that are like across the country, or like I've been in their weddings just because I met them my freshman year playing the sport.
It's like this has kind of become kind of like our second home, or like our second family, you know, in terms of like, these are the people we're around, you know, so many times a week that you just can't help but, you know, build connections and build bonds with everyone that you play with.
Like I said before, we're a bunch of like weird, outcast, nerdy people who just, you know, get together and everyone just kind of fits in and works.
David does a good job of rallying the troops. You know, David's that kind of guy who you can't help but like him. You know, he's a very likable guy. He's very charismatic. It's one of those things where like, what can't David do? David can dance, he can sing, he can play Quidditch, he can, you know, he's a good-looking guy. You know,
Oh, definitely have a second in command, Kat. Yeah, I would not be able to run things as smoothly or as effectively without her. There's a lot of times where I'm struggling with coming up with strategies or coming up with new drills, and she's always there just thinking of stuff on the fly, just to spread out there, just to see what we need to fix at all times. And if there's stuff that I have to do, like setting up the field, she's there to take control of the field, take control of the players, and you know, she's getting them hustling. You know, like she's like, majority of people would see me as the good cop, her the bad cop, but they know when she's saying something, oh, we gotta do it now. We gotta go. Like I'm telling you, these guys are working out day in, day out, every single day, you know. They're putting in film time. People are at work watching film, studying film with their friends. I've never seen so much dedication from some people in something you would think doesn't matter as much to a majority of people. It matters so much to us here. Like, to me, this is what's kept me at university, to be honest with you. I mean, like, there was times where I've had my grades dip here and there, but with quad ball / Quidditch, like, that's what inspired me, what motivated me to keep coming back, keep going harder, because I want to play. I want to play, and if I'm not here, I can't.
I've spent so much time playing Quidditch after classes, and I'm so happy I found this community, because I have no idea what I'd be doing if I didn't find these people.
What I feel that's very important about this team is that not only do they fight for each other, but on the field they fight for me. Like, they tell me all the time, like, hey, we're grinding out here because we see the effort you put in. We want to respect your leadership, and we're following you to the end.
Texas State hasn't been to nationals in 4 years, and so I haven't been to nationals. So it's a big thing that we're going this year.
So this is the first one back for us. Last year we didn't make it, and this is the phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, it's exciting, it's nerve-wracking, and we have a lot of top-tier talent that are going to be there. It's very intense. Like, the amount of stuff you'll see at the tournaments here, it is a very different level of intensity than at nationals. Like, people are crawling, fighting tooth and nail for every inch of ground up there, and you cannot explain how close every single game is.
What makes me nervous is the fact that I don't think they understand the magnitude of what we're kind of going into. And
Texas State, historically, we've been a top 5 team for the past 10 years, ranking about number 2 or number 3 in the nation for about the majority of those. So we have a historical program here, and we got to keep that name going, you know. So we're always itching for the next best thing.
You know, I think that right now Texas State has the record for the most Final Four appearances without winning a championship, and it's a curse. It's our curse, and you know, I think that hopefully we can break that. This division is 100% winnable for us, and our objective is to win the whole thing. We want to win it. We want to bring some hardware home.
We're confident in our abilities, but we're not overconfident. We recognize a lot of the talent that the other teams come to offer, but we recognize that we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of talent on this team, and I think the America is going to be really shocked to see what Texas State's got to bring come nationals. To me, Quidditch means...
It's definitely like a home away from my home. Like, I came here and I found like these people and they're my family. Like,
I think for me, Quidditch is a place for all the people who feel that they don't belong other places. This is the sport for them.
To me, the biggest thing has always been leaving my mark on this thing, on this organization, and making sure that when I leave it, it's something that others can also leave their mark on.
A majority of people who are very similar to you and understand the drive and passion you need, not just to the sport, but to life in general. Like, these guys are some of the nicest people I've met in the entire world. They're always going out of their way to help one another. We're all embedded within one another's lives. And I feel like the community is the biggest aspect of the sport. Like, the community is what makes Quidditch.
Reason that, you know, Texas State uses the diamond as their symbol is a lot more kind of like of a metaphor kind of for what our team is. You know, if you look at a diamond under a microscope, you see a lot of imperfections, but when you look out, it's a symbol of perfection. It's a symbol of something that's beautiful. If you look closely, there's all those imperfections, and once you zoom out and you look at the big picture, we all together as a group can be perfect. And I think that's really the big metaphor with that.